Hello boys and girls and anybody else that's listening. This is the story of the pig, the Pukeko and the rabbit. Once upon a time, the pig, Pukeko and a rabbit happened to meet at a swampy hollow with trees on one side and a grassy slope on the other. The pig was wallowing about in the slushy mix of grass, mud and bulrushes, using its snout to dig about for anything of interest, plus something to nibble on. The Pukeko, or swamp hen, as it's mainly known, was strutting along the edge of the swamp, picking at the choice pieces of grass that the rabbit couldn't get to without getting thoroughly wet. The rabbit, on the other hand, sniffed out a small patch of weeds that hid a clump of juicy grass, which was promptly nibbled with great relish. The pig suddenly looked up from his slushy position and turned to the Pukeko and said,
"What were you doing in your previous life, Pookie?"
"You may not believe this, but I was a ballerina and used to dance for wonderful ballets and musicals."
"I can quite see that, you know, by the way that you walk to the hill so elegantly and flick your tail feathers to the audience," said the pig.
"You would be shocked if I said that I was a gentleman of the highest calibre and used to the best foods, finest clothes, and lived in a wonderful big mansion with heaps of servants," grunted the pig in a sorrowful voice. "Perhaps I was too greedy when grabbing food from the table, or not looking after my fine clothes that has landed me in this present state of affairs, where I eat swill out of a trough, get covered in mud, and sleep under a hedge or a lumpy old bed of straw or some other horrible place," grunted the pig. The rabbit was standing on its hind legs all stiff and listening hard to what was being said, and suddenly with a high squeaky voice yelled out, "I used to work in the cosmetic factory as a chief sniffer in the perfume department, and later in life became a conductor, not in a bus, but for an orchestra. All I'm fit for now is sniffing out bits of grass to eat and hopping round the fields. I annoy the farmers a bit, 'cause I'm always digging holes to live in, so cows and sheep should watch out where they put their feet." Pookie the Pukeko piped up and replied, "Oh, if only there was a princess to give us all a kiss of life, like she did to the frog, then we'd all be in our prime again. But don't hold your breath, as it could take a while. If it ever happens at all." Hawkie the pig, Pookie the Pukeko, and Hoppy the rabbit all started to walk away from the swamp towards a shady tree, where they all sat down and soon fell fast asleep. Soon Sir Porky was all dressed up, monocle, bow tie, sitting in the box seat of the theatre, where he watched Madame Pookie performing her best dancing and movements with other members of the cast, while in the orchestra pit, Hoppy was tapping out the beat with his best rabbit's foot, sticking out from his dark suit of tails, and wielding a long baton to keep the orchestra in time. Oh, what a dream it was, but sadly when they woke up after a shower of rain passed over, it was back to reality, until they could meet again and dream their dreams. Well, it's bye-bye, boys and girls, until I bring you your next story, hopefully soon.